Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to the transfer special with Brentford as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps, heading from Season 3 into Season 4 with Brentford. And we are heading into a European campaign season, which I'm really excited about. I always love recording these episodes. I enjoy the wheelie dealing. Got my iced coffee here ready to go. And we're going to try and do a little bit of damage this transfer window. I thought we'd start by having a quick look at sort of the all-time 11 at the club. There's most of it now is our players. Gunnarsson in goal. Rasic is there. Thompson at left back. We've got Palaversa, Baptiste and De Silva, who departed this past season. The attacking trio up there are not yet our players, but that'll happen, I'm sure. It can only be so long before Art finds himself up there, surely. And we do have one or two. Scott McKenna on the bench. Tuazi, who was decent for us in the championship as well. So yeah, that's the best 11 that we have at the club. Now, what I want to do this window, now there was, if you're not in the Discord group, there's a link in the description. Citizen Nev, I have to give a massive shout out to him. I did a really in-depth squad analysis, and I, for the most part, agreed with what he said. We definitely, I think, need an upgrade at right back. James Justin, he's not doing it for me. I do like Diola as a right back, as a potential right back, if I can find him here, and then we can kind of show you what I mean. I am in the process of trying to retrain him. The problem is that he keeps, training keeps sort of taking it back off because I'm not doing it full time. But I think he has all the attributes to be a very solid, if not good, right back. So I'm in the process of retraining him to play that role. So if we don't get somebody in to replace James Justin, I'm more than happy with Diola to play there. But ideally, we do want somebody else to come in and do that. Let's just make sure. See, he's still on fullback. Okay, so that's fine. I'm hoping he will sort of get retrained there. We do, I think, need a better left back. We do obviously have Michelotti, who's very good. I don't think Michelic is quite developing as we would have liked. And I don't think Dominic Thompson here he has what it takes, to be honest. He's pretty much maxed out. And he's solid. But I think we do need to do a little bit better. If we can get anything close to 10 million for him, I'll take that and run. We are going to have to replace Palaversa if he's not willing to come back. And he is probably someone worth bringing back. And Mabry as well. So there's probably a need to get in a midfielder, even if they do come back, to be honest. Wing to play out wide. I mean, I like Potter as a remonteur, someone to get in at the back post, but he's not really a winger. We do have, of course, Ndedi, who's a wonder kid, only 19. I think he is probably, especially for Europe, I think someone that we can rely on if there's somebody else available, maybe. Dan, I think, is fine up top. I don't think he's a winger. I think we saw last episode, didn't we, against Leeds. He's a false nine. I think that's just what he is. Could we do with another striker coming in, Raspadori? I know Citizen Nev isn't a fan of his, but I just think there's a decent striker in there. Monroe, I'm not sure he's a striker. I'm not quite sure what he is, actually. He's a decent player, though. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. Could we do with another centre-back as well? We do have the Bard, and we do have Suesi as backups to McKenna and Soleil from last season. If we could get a top-quality centre-back in, that's maybe something worth doing. But anyway, let's see how we do here. Let's get this summer underway. It's going to be fun. Should I go to the Seychelles or the Bahamas this summer? I'm a European manager. Maybe I'll do both now. Hello? Oh, hi, Mr. Chairman. How you going? I'm good, thanks. Oh, you do have the budgets. Excellent. I was wondering when you'd let me know. And? Oh, wow. All right, so we have our budgets for the next season. £85.5 million we have to spend. 1.1 million in wages, which is... it's roughly what it was last year, but obviously we can move some money over if we need to, but that is up to... oh, it's so much money. Yeah, wages are going to be the problem, but like I say, we can move some over if we need to. So we know what we have to play with now, so let's go play. Okay, commercial summary time, and things... oh, look at all that green arrows. You'd love to see it. So we have 5 deals worth an extra 1.9 million, given... the deal will give supporters further ways to engage with and show their support for the club through branded products and promotion. So there we go. We've gone full corporate, full Premier League, which is nice. Look at the sponsorship up from just over 500,000 to 13 and or just under 13.5 million. So that is excellent news. Corporate hospitality is up about 1 million as well. Match day and commercial revenue is up. Broadcast revenue was up an extra mil, and competition prize money up from 23 to 32 million pounds. Excellent stuff. We sold 1.82 million pounds worth of jerseys. Up was the fans' favourite, no surprise there. Hamsik, Luca, Bacchio, Palaversa, and Ndedi are the rest of the top 5. I don't think there's too many surprises there. Ndedi, of course, a wonder kid. You'd imagine the fans would be on board with him. And we've got our new scouting budget as well. We'll adjust that accordingly. So there we go. 85 million pounds to spend. I wonder if I could get Mbappe. Hello? Oh, hi, Derby County. Congratulations on your promotion to the Premier League. James Justin? Oh, you can just have... Yep, no, that sounds like a very fair fee to me. So, James Justin is off to another newly promoted team in Derby County. £9.75 million we have got for him. I could not believe my luck when that bid came in. Absolutely incredible. We paid 5.75 for him. We had 2 average years out of him. And off he goes for almost double the money. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, that is just excellent news. Now, one thing I did forget, actually, is, of course, we already have one player coming in for next season. That is Jake Rambleson from, where's he coming from? Lyon or something, I think. So we've already signed him at the wonder kid at the end of his deal. So he will be coming in to join us next season. I had, just as I said, completely forgotten about that. So that is one. Now, one thing we do have to bear in mind a little bit, if we go and have a look at registration, we are right at our foreign player limit. So we've got to be a little bit careful and make sure that we're not over-committing on foreign players here. I've got to be aware of that as much as anything else. And we are at our squad limit as well. So if somebody comes in, somebody has to leave, basically. So that's for me to worry about, not so much you guys. But yeah, I've got to bear that in mind as we go. Now, other things to update you on. We've had 5 players get caught up to go to the Euros. So Luca, Bacchio, Goodnatson, Michelotti, McKenna, and Hamsik will all be off to the Euros. Well, if I remember, we'll check back and see how they get on as the tournament progresses. And one other thing, we have requested and had approved upgrades to facilities. So the club training facilities are being upgraded for 1.8 million, the youth facilities for 1.6, and the data analysis for 1.8. So that's a lot of money for a data analysis facility. But anyway, they're all being upgraded. So hopefully ready for the new season or near enough to it. We'll sort of go up another level and we're getting into really good facilities at that point. So that's excellent news. Okay, we have some breaking news, and that is that we have signed Aaron Hickey from Hearts. Now, he is, I'm sure a lot of you will be aware, I did not agree to him being a star player, I didn't think. Anyway, that's troubling, but we'll deal with it. Aaron Hickey is, as a fullback, he is Scottish. He did have a release fee in his contract for teams in Europe, and that is us now. So we got him for 4.4 million, £2,600 a week. Let's have a quick look at what we've signed here. He signed as a squad player, so I'm hoping that that's going to fix itself. But anyway, he's a good, reliable. He can play both sides at fullback, which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. He can play in Europe. He can play against probably lesser Premier League teams. And there is still room for him to improve as well. Have a look at the scout report. Potentially is a 4-star player there. So I think that's a really, really useful signing for us. Hopefully someone that's going to be useful. As I said, he's played in the Scottish Premier League as a regular every season, done a decent to good job. So that is hopefully really good news for us. Now, if we go and have a quick look here, a few others that we've got in here. It is Mabry back on loan for the year again. He was already here. He did a good job. He's used to the club. I think he's going to be a good player for us. And we did get Palaversa back again as well. And again, we're still not paying any of his wages. We're absolutely taking Manchester City for a ride on this guy. But again, he's a good, useful player. He knows the club. He knows how we play. He knows the system. He's got relationships. Again, I think he's going to be a good player to keep around. We have breaking news out of Brentford as the club announced the signing of German wonder kid Matthias Ostenzopoulos from Bayern Munich for an initial fee of £19 million. For more on this story, we cross live to local reporter Reginald Haymaker. And Reginald, there is also a player leaving the club. Yeah, that's right. Thanks. Now, Mikolic, the young left-back, will be joining Aston Villa for a fee of just over £2 million. But the big news here today is the signing of the German for a fee it could rise as high as £29 million. So there we go, it's June 9th. I've had a quick costume change as it gets very hot up here. And we've got 2 signings in and 1 out. Mikolic has left. We will probably see him again. He's gone to our next team, Aston Villa. 2.38 million he has left for. Just never quite developed as much as I'd had hoped. So, we signed him for 1.5. We tried, we failed, we doubled our money more or less. Not quite, but that's not a problem. But the big news is, of course, the signing. So Aaron Hickey has joined, a B- signing for the fans. He's basically an English Mikolic, to be honest with it. He can play both sides, a little bit better. But hopefully he will work out all the best for us. He did sign as a squad player, so that's good. That's what he was supposed to sign as. A little bit worried when he's a star player, because he's not a star player. But the big news is the arrival of a man who I really wish had a different name, but Matthias Ostenzopoulos. We've signed a 19-year-old wonder kid. You can see there a B+ rating by the fans. So let's have a look at him. This guy is going to be our new defensive midfielder. He's driven, he's a wonder kid, he's got a good first touch, good passing, tackling's not too bad, but good work rate, teamwork is there as well, as is determination and decisions, composure, concentration, it's all there, bravery, anticipation, everything you would want from a defensive midfielder, apart from perhaps strength, is right there. So I think he's going to be an absolute star for us. 18 million up front. I think there's 11 million on add-ons. 50. I think it's 5 million for Champions League qualification and 6 million for 50 games. Something along those lines. So he hasn't played in Bayern Munich's first team, has he? Maybe a little bit. But yeah, I think he'll do okay. And if he's anything like Fete up, we've got a good history of signing some the players from Bayern Munich. Anything else here? We've got a bid here for the Wizard. If he's going to leave for a lot more than that, Derby County. And another inquiry here for Diola. I like him, as I said, as a right back. So there we go. That is that. I'm sure there'll be more to catch you up on because summer's just beginning. All right, we've just got a quick signing to announce. It's nothing major. It's basically a backup goalkeeper. Kelleher, we signed him 850,000 from Norwich. He is, I think, come through at Liverpool is where we sort of best know him, but he has literally signed as a backup, 17 grand a week. The reason that we've signed him basically is because he's not going to be a foreign player. So it's just one less foreign player because our current backup is Italian. So we're going to look to move him on. And we've got this guy in relatively cheaply to come in. And he did come through at Liverpool to hopefully come in and do a good job for us. So he's a slight upgrade as well on Confefe or whatever his name is. This is him here. So new guys in the green. The other guy's in the blue, so you can see it's not even. It's basically like for like. It's just that we free up a foreign slot. We have breaking news this evening from Brentford as the club announced the signing of 23-year-old English defender Jonathan Panzo from Hamburg for £19.75 million. Now, for more on this story, we crossed live to Luca reporter Reginald Haymaker. And Reginald, what can you tell us? Yeah, thanks, Nige. Yeah, look, Panzo comes in on big wages, but is equally as good as both centre-back and left-back. But it is for that this signing could mean the end of Dominic Thompson's time here at Brentford. So there we go. Jonathan Panzo has joined us. 19.75 million. B- rated signings by the fans. They think we're overloaded with players who can play as a centre-back, and that's probably true. We do have a lot of decent centre-backs, but we're looking to move 1 or 2 out as well. Son's an important player. Ideally, he wouldn't have been that important a squad status, but we'll make do. He's on 72 grand a week. You can see the rest of the bonuses there. Let's have a quick look at what we've signed. And what I like about him is that he can equally play as a left-back or as a centre-back, which I think is ideal. He's really, really good, physically well-rounded. Mentally and technically, he's just solid. So I think that combined with his physicality will mean that he'll do a really good job for us. He can dribble and cross. So as a left-back or as a wing-back, he's going to do a good job for us as a backup, or maybe even challenging Michelotti, to be honest. And as a centre-back, he can come in, he'll do a good job for us there. Good positioning, good vision as a ball player as well. I think he's just a good, solid, all-round player. He did come through at Chelsea. He is English, which helps with, obviously, foreign player limits. He had been at Hamburg. He did okay in the Bundesliga without being outstanding, but he was quite good at sort of that second tier there. I think he'll be a good player for us. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I think he will do a good job. And the other player that has now joined is we've got in our French wonder kid, Jake Rambleson. So he's officially joined us. He's worth 23 million. And he just looks as though he's going to be a little bit special for us. So the squad is taking shape. We do need to get a few players out. But I'm thinking we might even be done with players coming in. Alright, a few quick updates here. Luca has officially left us. He has also gone off to Derby County to join James Justin. 7.5 million. We're paying a little bit of his wages, but that's okay. Yeah, I just feel like we just moved past him. He could still do a job for us, but freshen things up. He's 25 now. He was okay. He was good for us. First year at the club in our promotion year, he was okay. First year in the Premier League, and last year we just didn't use him. We could have used him, as I said, this year with European football, but yeah, freshen things up. It's an old name. Let's get some new faces in, and that's what we've done this summer. And one other piece of news to update you on is Luca Bacchio has signed a new deal on massive, massive money, 80 grand a week. I did not want to offer him that much, but that was what it was going to take to keep him. And keep him happy. So he came to me upset about wanting a new contract. So we kind of had our hands tied. It was a situation of do we keep him or do we let him go? And he was at times brilliant for us last year. So I decided to keep him. And I don't know. Let me know what you think. Was it a mistake? Was it not? I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. I offered him a new contract and he's on 80 grand a week now. Alright, a quick update. 2 more departures. Marley Felix has left 725 grand off to, where'd he go? Rotherham. We're paying $1,000 and a bit of his wages every week. It's fine. It was a gamble. He didn't work. We've made a loss on him. That's my bad. I think the club will forgive me. We've made some money elsewhere. So that's Marley Felix gone. The other one is Confente. He has gone off to Lazio for 650 grand. We already had a backup in. We don't need him to be backup anymore. He came in just as sort of cover, and we've made a profit on him. He only ever played 1 game in the league, and he'll go off and probably be a backup at Lazio as well. So there we go. That's the catch up. Two more departures, 2 foreign players out, and some wages off the bill as well. And we have another departure as the squad clear-out continues. Dominic Thompson has left 6.5 million up front, plus some add-ons, so going up to 825, which is fine. We're going to get a little bit of any future sale as well. He was solid for us, but I don't think he's quite at the standard we need now. So he'll go off to PSV Eindhoven, and hopefully, for his sake, have a nice little career there. So Dominic Thompson has also left Brentford, and unfortunately for us, Arsenal get 25% of everything. Alright, a quick update on the Euros. You can see here Marek Hamšík has announced his retirement from international football. So that's fine. I guess it helps us out a little bit. But the tournament was won by France. It was hosted by Germany. 1-0 France won the final. There's the final. If anybody wants to have a bit of a longer look at that, give it a quick pause. Let's go and have a look at the tournament as a whole and see how we reached this point. Let's go back to the group stages and we can see it was Poland, Denmark and Norway getting through, Croatia missing out. Surely that's an upset. Ukraine, England and Albania getting through at the expense of Iceland, which of course means Gunnarsson went out. Germany and Sweden getting through, Portugal and Slovakia going out. Slovakia of course meant the end of Hamšík. It was Switzerland, it was Turkey and it was Scotland going through. So that meant that McKenna got into the next round. Spain, Slovenia and Holland all got through at the expense of Belgium. That is an upset, isn't it? And then France and Italy, the finalists, both in the same group, got through at the expense of Czech Republic and Serbia. Now, if we go, I'm missing some of our players there, but I can't remember who else went to the tournament. We're going to have a quick look at the second round here. Sweden got past Poland. England knocked out Denmark on penalties. Ukraine knocked out Norway on penalties. And the Dutch knocked out the Germans on penalties. The most unlikely result ever, perhaps. Turkey got past Slovenia. France got past Albania, only 1-0. Spain got past Scotland. And Italy got past Switzerland. So that just about was the end of our interest, I think. I can't remember who else in our squad went in there. Anyway, France got past Turkey in extra time. Ukraine went to the semi-finals, getting past Sweden. England 7-0 over Holland. We need to have a quick look at that. What happened there? There were no sendings off. It was just an absolute masterclass from the English. Well, there you go. There you go. Can you imagine the scenes if that happened in real life? And then Italy through Spain on penalties takes us to the semi-finals. France knocked out the Ukraine 2-1. England, a familiar sight there, out on penalties against the Italians. And that, of course, then brings us back to the final. So that's how the 2024 Euros played out. Okay, we are at game day for our first Premier League game, which is going to be away to Sheffield United. And, well, it brings us to the end of the episode. One thing to catch you up on is we have been getting some bids in for Fete Arp from Schalke. We got up to 21.5 million. He is not against the idea of going to Schalke, but thankfully, he's not kicked off yet, and he's valued at 33 million. So Schalke's got a little ways to go yet before they get to his value. We do not want to sell him. I thought he was just got better and better for us last season, and he is a big part of what we want to do going forward this year. So hopefully, we're not going to have any more trouble from him. So let's quickly recap what we've done. So we've spent 43 million. We've got 27.5 back. Mikolic, of course, went off to Villa. So we may see him again if and when we ever get to go there. James Justin left and went to Derby County for a nice fee of 9.75. Luca Rasic also went off to Derby, so that's good. He's there for 7.5 million. Marley Felix went off for just 725 grand. Confente left for 650 grand. And of course, Dominic Thompson went off to PSV for 8 million all told when everything happens there. So we've got rid of some dead wood there, I think. On the inside of things, this guy came in. I've got to have to get better at that name, Untitled Chapter. A wonder kid from Germany came in for potentially £29 million all told. Aaron Hickey has come in, 4.4 million from Hearts. He could be a good signing for us. Callagher has come in to be the backup goalkeeper. We signed him for 850 grand. Rambleson has come into midfield. We got him on a free transfer at the end of his contract from Lyon. Again, excellent signing he could prove to be. And Jonathan Panzo, 19.75 million from Hamburg. A very good defensive player, whether it be left back or central defender. I think he could do a decent job for us. So the squad that leaves us with. And obviously the transfer window is still open, so there's still time to do signings if we want them. But if we have a quick look at the strikers, Raspadori is going to be an option for us. Scott Monroe, as well as Luca Bacchio can play up there. Dan, it says he's only a 2-star striker. He's better than that. We also have, of course, Fete Arp, and also the wizard Lewis Potter. Unfortunately, Monroe is there twice. Wingers. On the left side, we have 3 decent options in Lewis Potter, in Luca Bacchio, and in Raspadori. You could argue we could maybe do with another good option out there that's a more natural winger, sort of more on the Luca Bacchio style of things. But I think that's okay considering, how often we play wingers. On the right-hand side, Ndedi will be the main man, the wonder kid we have out there. Other people that we've seen, everybody that can play out there, maybe Mabry as a stretch could go out there for us as well. We move back into midfield, and this is, I think, a position of strength for us now. Mabry, obviously, is one of the main guys. We also have Diola, though we are retraining him as a right back as well. Farai, who's been a good player for us. We have Dobson, who's a solid defensive midfielder for us. Scott Quinn, a young prospect who can do a good job for us. We may loan him out, though, this year. We'll wait and see exactly what happens with him. We've just seen Rambleson, the new guy we've got in. We also have Palaversa back on loan for the year, as well as James Garner, as well as Scott Monroe, who can play back here. And, of course, our other one, the kid, Ostenzopoulos. I'll say that name twice the same soon. So that's and then we have some other options as well. We go back to centre-back. We have Scott McKenna, who was a rock for us last year. We have Michelotti, though he's more going to be used as a left-back. We have Panzo, who can be played in either position as well. James Garner, who can play as a ball-playing centre-back. We also have Soleil. We also have Suisi, one of the young players. We also have the Bard, who is a good young player or a decent young player. And, of course, wonder kid who can play centre-back if we need him to. Move over to the right-hand side. Bogle is the main man. We have, of course, Hickey, who's come in. Diola will be the other main guy. We also do have Suisi, who we've just seen, who's at a stretch, can play over here, as can the Bard. Again, at a stretch. They're not going to be... So we'll be desperate if they're playing over there. If we move over to the left, 3 good options. In Michelotti, he, of course, was in the Italian team that went all the way to the final of the Euros. Completely forgot about him. So we did have a Brentford player get all the way. I think he did actually play in the final as well. Hickey, of course, can play over here, as can Panzo. So we've got good three really good options at left back. And if we look at the goalkeepers, Gunnarsson will continue to be the number one first choice goalkeeper this year. Kelleher comes in to be his deputy, and Slicker is a third choice option for us as well, though he's over 21, which means technically we have to register him in the Premier League squad, so we may need to get in an actual youngster in to be the third choice guy should we need them in the league. So that's the squad we have for the start of the Premier League season. Let me know how you think we've done, where you think we still need to strengthen. As I said, I think maybe left wing is potentially somewhere we could look to strengthen, but if we play with in the Walsall formation with the holding midfielder and the three across midfield with wing backs, then we're not really going to need too many other options to play out there on the left. So I'm relatively happy with what we've done. As I said, we still have a few weeks to go of the transfer window in any case. But if you have enjoyed this, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you tomorrow as we look to get our Premier League season underway against Sheffield United and Swansea. Take care.